All right, y'all. Welcome back to part four. Um, Before I started filming this one, I literally made an entire video like for an hour, and for some reason, for some divine reason, it did not upload to my computer, and so now I'm like re-recording this. Okay, so anyway, let's just cover some updates before we jump in. All right, first update is my psychic sound bath healing event is this Sunday, April 14th from noon to 2 p.m. We're going to be outdoors at Galena Hills Park in Draper, Utah. So, if you're interested in doing that, we're going to be focusing on sexual trauma healing. It's $108 per person and it's for 2 hours. And what we do is we do an hour of the psychic sound bath meditation, take a 10-minute break to eat some snacks, drink some water, drink your drinks, journal, do some self-reflection. And then for the last 40 minutes, I do like a Q&A channeling group thing. So yeah, it's pretty awesome, super amazing, super intense. The last time, not the last time, but the time before I did a psychic sound bath event, um, a lot of people had a spiritual awakening. So it was pretty cool, pretty intense. Yeah, they're pretty incredible. So if you're interested, be sure to RSVP to the next one. I will link all of that stuff below for you guys. And then what else? Oh yeah, my live Q&A is this Thursday on YouTube. So I'm planning on doing it around 2 p.m. So if you guys have any questions, need further clarification on something, or maybe you're just looking for some validation, I got you. Come hang, come vibe, come chill with me this Thursday afternoon. Um, the Q&A will be between 30 minutes to an hour. We'll just see how many people show up in the very beginning. We'll just play it by ear. So yeah. And then you guys can like talk to me, like get to know me more on like an intimate level, and it'll be so much fun. We'll be besties, okay? All right. And then let's see. Third update is I just finished updating my website with the sessions that I'm offering. So I'm just doing channeling psychic surgery sessions moving forward. I'm no longer going to be doing the in-person sessions. Um, because the in-person sessions are out of alignment with my journey at this time. So, yeah, if you guys are interested in doing like an online Zoom session where I just channel your energy, we do some psychic surgeries or whatever it is that you need at this time, or we can meet in person, that's cool too. We'll just be like sitting in front of each other kind of thing, kind of setup. If you want to meet me in person, feel the vibes, totally get that. Or you could just like chill from the comfort of your own home and your own space, and then I can channel your energy. So totally up to you guys. Um, yeah, so that is already live on the website. I do need to make a couple of tweaks today, with my hours and stuff, but it should let you book like right now, I think. No worries. It should be fully ready to go by like 6 p.m. tonight. So yeah. Okay. And then those are all the updates that I have for you guys. So let's jump into part four of maintaining your spiritual hygiene basics and teaching you guys how to heal yourself. So, the third step that I do with my morning routine is setting the intention daily to sit in my heart consciousness and in the energies and frequencies of gratitude. The short explanation of why gratitude is because gratitude acts as an amplifier. It amplifies the vibration that it is that you're putting out, and it calls that vibration back into your energy. For example, oh my God, universe, thank you so much for the front row parking space of the gym today. Oh, thank God, right? Guess what happens when you're already setting the intention to sit here in that frequency and energy of gratitude for your entire day? You are magnetizing that energy out. And what happens with the law of attraction is like attracts like. So guess what you're going to do? You're going to call more of that in. Now, all of a sudden, when you're coming back home to your apartment complex, you've got the first parking space. Or you go to the grocery store, you got the first parking space. Because you're getting in the habit of setting the intention to sit in that energy, right? Where you don't have to consciously think about it. You're just sitting there your entire day, just feeling gratitude, feeling grateful. And because you're already sitting there in your heart space and you go to feel that. It's like you're making the mind heart connections, like new neural connections in the brain and stuff. And so what happens is you start to shift your reality drastically from that, okay? Super deep. You can choose to set the intention to sit in other energies like joy, bliss, abundance, patience, um, willingness, understanding. There's so many different options, so many different energies that you can choose to sit in. However, I will say this. I started doing this. I started choosing to sit in energies of like bliss, joy, abundance, prosperity, like all that, right? And eventually it led to me stepping more into my authenticity, which then led me to realize like, holy shit, like I have to be vulnerable. I have to be vulnerable with myself and with others in order for me to fully be authentic. And it's just so crazy, like to think about, you know? Um, anyways, so yeah, set the intention to sit in your heart consciousness and the energies and frequencies of gratitude, and then you can add on to whatever else it is that you choose to experience in your day, whatever you want to create, right? It's your reality. You have free will. It's all your choice. You're all on different journeys, so just honor what's best for you each and every day, you know? Okay, part two, which is after I set the intention to sit in my heart space, I will say, I am ready to receive with grace and ease. Now, I'm not going to go into it into depth like I did before I start recording this video because it's a lot. It's a lot of information. But there are many reasons why it is so difficult for us to receive. And I'm just going to kind of summarize it and not take like an hour to explain it. Y'all, I'm a storyteller. I love to storytell. I love to share my soul wisdom and my soul experiences because I feel like it hits people on so many different levels. But anyways, the main reasons why we struggle to receive is because of one, our upbringing, what we learned in childhood. What we learned was normal and what we learned was healthy, right? Um, Having severely wounded feminine energy as well as masculine energy, but especially the feminine. Um, and I want to say our relationship with our self-love. I feel like when we don't 100% love ourselves, it's really, really hard to fully 100% attract our authentic desires and um, everything that it is that we desire so much to experience in this life. And I know that's so triggering to hear because, you know, I can speak on this. Like, I 100% do not love myself. I would say I'm in like the 90% range because the only reason why I don't love myself fully is because I desire to tone my stomach, and my stomach has always been, you know, like a gut, like a pouch my entire life. And that is because of all of the trauma that I was inundated with. Okay, lots of the sugar that I consumed, right? There was sexual abuse that I went through where it caused my colon and my stomach. I formed an energetic shield, multiple actually, to protect myself. And so what happened, the way that physically manifested in my body was my stomach bulging out to protect me energetically. It was my body showing me physically what I was doing energetically. Okay. And I know that's going to be super triggering for some of y'all to hear, maybe a lot of you, but just know that you guys are not alone. And, you know, I went through it. Maybe some of you went through that. And I'm just here to tell you that it only gets better from here, guys. You found my channel. Like, you guys got the golden ticket, right? Like off of Willy Wonka. I'm going to teach you guys how to heal yourself. I'm going to teach you how to remove that trauma, remove that body memory, all of that good stuff. In many of my videos, we're going to deep dive into a lot of stuff. All right. And I just want to say that I have been through almost everything you can think of under the sun and have just dived super deep into it, just forwards, backwards, sideways, diagonal. Okay. Like I can literally tell you guys, um, the reason why you went through so many different experiences and basically how you come out on the other side. Okay. So, what I'm here to do is educate, empower, and inspire you. If I can do it, you guys can do it too. All right. And I really feel called in my heart to the next video that I'm going to do to teach you guys how to heal yourself, I'm really feeling called to start with the feminine and masculine energies. Um, I had a beautiful YouTuber comment on, I think it was part 2 of my spiritual hygiene basics, and she made a comment about basically getting triggered by your kids, like because I said I didn't want to be triggered in this lifetime anymore, and that it was going to take a lot of hard work. And she was like, she said something along the lines of, "Yeah, if you have kids, good luck with that," basically. Which I totally understand why she said that, where she's coming from. And I want to talk about that. I want to talk about what it was like to grow up with 0 healthy relationship model figures. Um, what that was like forming friendships, what that was like having intimate relationships, my expectations for relationships, what I viewed was normal and healthy and functional. Okay. We're going to talk about trauma bonds. We're going to talk about being emotionally cut off from yourself and repelling your authentic relationships. And actually, um, in my podcast, my second podcast for this month, what I like to do is I'm going to post 2 podcasts per month on my YouTube channel. So I think it's on April 15th, I want to say. I'm going to post a podcast talking about what it's like to fully embody your authenticity, the excruciating feeling of vulnerability that comes with that, and just really deep diving into that and how it's actually going to start shifting your reality even faster. Because, right, when we grow up in chaos and dysfunction and a really traumatic environment, a tumultuous upbringing, what happens is we form a survival self. We form this, like, I call it like the survival persona. It's like the way our ego creates stories and attachments to this persona to basically keep our soul safe and embodied here on this planet so we don't exit, right? Um, And I want to talk about losing your sense of self, losing your authenticity, not really losing it, but just, steering away from it because of all the trauma you went through and everything. And how to get back to yourself, how to come home to yourself, re-embodying your sense of self, getting away from all the fucking labels, right? Like we're going to talk about all of that. So, um, yeah. And that's what I say. And another thing I want to talk about really quick before I wrap this up is anytime I see synchronicities out in public, like I'll see repeating numbers, if I catch it like on a license plate or on a billboard, or on the clock, I will say, I am ready to receive with grace and ease. I accept. I accept and I am ready to receive with grace and ease every single time. Okay. Um, this spiritual mentor who I used to watch, like, I think 3 years ago, she talked about how when you see repeating numbers, those synchronicities are actually light codes, which I think is funny. Because yes, they are for sure. It's also communication from the non-physical. It's communication that um, you're starting to exit the matrix. Okay. Because before, when I noticed synchronicities, I had like such a negative reaction to them. I was like, oh, and I don't know why. I hated seeing repeating numbers and I love it. And so I'm just like, that's so funny. But yeah, we're gonna deep dive, y'all. So this is the final conclusion to the spiritual hygiene basics. Um, and I'm trying to think, is there anything else I wanted to talk about before I sign off here? I don't think so. I think that covered everything. Yeah. Yeah. I think this is a good stopping point for today. Um, so yeah, be sure to stay tuned for that podcast. It's going to be epic. Okay, we just entered a new 6-month cycle energetically. So, um, my highest purest intention is to help you guys stay aligned moment to moment, shifting into your highest vibrational timelines as fast as possible, as ease and graceful as possible, okay? Um, and to hopefully expedite your journeys because, I wish there was somebody there for me when I was, back in 2020 and having all of the knowledge that I have today. Like, oh my gosh, I like to think about where I would have been had I had access to like what I have access to now. Like, oh my God, I would have rapidly shifted. Um, but there is a divine reason for why we start things when we do. And so, yeah. Anyways, thank you guys so much for being here. If you haven't signed up for my free newsletter, please go on my website right now at www.zenwithgrayson.com and go sign up for the free Oracle Cast newsletter. It is basically energetic guidance, tips, tricks. Um, yeah, it's like an energetic navigation for the weekly energies. So please, please, please take advantage of that. It'll literally help you guys so much. It'll add value, and teach you new things, hopefully, for your own spiritual practice, your own spiritual hygiene, a really great self-care practice. And also, if you haven't downloaded the free ebook yet, please go download that. It'll teach you how to develop a healthy relationship with your emotions. For a lot of us who like literally grew up from emotionally immature parents, and we're out here just winging it in the world and flailing around. Well, no more flailing. Go to my website. I got you. I'm gonna hook y'all up. Um, yeah, I think it just asks you, like, it prompts you to fill out your information. It'll say, let's get started, and then it'll send you the ebook. And then there's a link, or not a link, a section underneath that where it says the Oracle Cast newsletter. So there's two different things there. So, what else? What else? What else? We talked about the psychic sound bath, the newsletter, the ebook. Oh yeah, and just as a quick reminder, my live Q&A is this Thursday. At 2 p.m. So come with any questions that you guys have, anything that you need further clarification on, okay? Come hang, come vibe, come get to know me, and I would love to get to know you guys. And we can relate and discuss and expand and support each other. So I'm so excited for that. Yeah, be sure to stay tuned for my next video that we'll be posting tomorrow. We're going to talk about feminine and masculine energies and relationships. Come prepared to be triggered as fuck. As always, right? Like, I'm going to help you guys find all of your wounds in your energy and get rid of them. Okay. Like, that's literally what lights me up. Because, a couple of years from now, you're going to look back and you're going to be like, oh my God, thank God she triggered me, because like my life is so much better than what it was? Um, Anyways, that's why I always say triggers are a blessing, not a curse. And I know it's so intense to feel our emotions, but that is why it's so important to develop a relationship with them so we understand why we're feeling what we're feeling. You know what I mean? And so, yeah. Anyways, I love you guys so, so much, and I will see y'all tomorrow.